Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Once again, it is time for my client Ted's vlog, but a quick reminder, if you would click like down below, it'd be greatly appreciated. If you would also follow me or subscribe if you haven't, and leave a comment down below, I would appreciate that also. Thank you so much. So with Ted, we're doing a 5-day split still right now. We may discuss changing some of this. We did have a minor overuse problem this week. You won't see the leg footage. He went to do his top set of squats with 375, and it would have been a normal work set. But unfortunately, he pulled an adductor, kind of missed the first rep, and we're taking it easy on his leg, keeping in mind he just hit a 405 last week. And I discussed it with him, and he had said, look, I didn't have any pain. There was no warning. He goes, this has happened to me before in the past, a couple times, quite some time before I hired you. So this has occurred before. So it's a reoccurring pull. So the other thing that I had to talk to him about, I'm like, look, with all your BJJ and fighting and rolling that you do, we may need to just reduce some of these volumes a little bit, because we do a lot of volume and he prefers more. I've actually scaled him back just a little bit, and he's been hitting PRs. He's like, wow, I've gained a lot of strength. And even though his volumes look insanely high, he was doing more than this 6 days a week. So I'm like, look, let's take it back a notch. But for his press day, we do a closed grip bench, and we do a floor press, closed grip incline. Then we do some tricep work. So, we have about 12 total work sets there. Now, keeping in mind, we train 5 days a week. And he also does a lot of overhead pressing, heavy overhead pressing on his shoulder day. So again, we did a 200 strict press this week. So then here's his tricep press downs. All right, the pull day, it's just we started with the deadlift. And I put the footage up earlier this week. He got 475 for a double. We're trying to get to 500, and then he wants to switch over and do with some sumo again. Now, that being said, because we've had an adductor strain, we may have to hold off a week or two on trying to hit that 500. We'll have to build back up. I don't want to risk injuring that. So then afterwards, of course, he does cambered bar good mornings. You guys know how I feel about this exercise. I'm trying to get this one to 600 myself. I hit a 500 on it the other day. I've been building it back up recently. I took a long time off from it. Again, great exercise. I love good mornings in general. I think everyone knows that. I really like this bar a lot. I find I can get about 20 pounds more out of it than I can a straight bar, and it just feels comfortable. Right? It feels really comfortable. So again, my preferred bar, if I have to pick one for this exercise. So again, just has a natural flow to it, and it just really, really builds the posterior chain. You will build massive glutes and hamstrings with this, in addition to all the back it does. So afterwards, of course, he does glute ham raises, reverse hyperextensions, all those good movements that we know I'm a fan of. Particularly, you guys know for me, the reverse hyper and the good morning have always been a big part of my coaching. All my lifters and athletes do those if they have access. It tends to be a staple, particularly anyone who needs to be really, really strong. In his case, he needs to fight. And also, he was, of course, in my live stream last night, which that was funny. People had a client in there to ask questions, and some of them just asked goofball questions, so they had to go. All right, pulling day, we have weighted chins. All right, so he does 3 sets of weighted chins. Then we do barbell rows, like bent over barbell rows. Then we do seal rows. We do some curls. Right, he likes to do his curls really fast. I leave it alone. He's got good arms, so coach is not going to complain. All right, I personally like him a little slower, but again, he's also an athlete that technically uses his biceps. He grapples, right? He grapples. So yeah, biceps are going to matter to some extent. So he wants to do them fast. That's his purview, as long as they're not getting hurt. All right, so bent over rows, and of course I do want to get his back stronger. Great chin up strength, but if I were to look for deficiencies out of supplemental lifts, coach already knows where I'm going to go. Good mornings and rows, those could stand to be stronger. Of course, his back has gotten a lot thicker. Like we've made progress in the back, right? We've made progress in the back. I need to upload some pictures of that too. Right? We need to upload some pictures of his back progress. So wouldn't be bad for for business, but I want to keep working it. All right, we want to get more. So there's his seal rows, and he does some lat pull downs, and then of course afterwards we finish up with some barbell curls. Again, the normal simple barbell curl, done correctly, it's a staple. Built many a great bicep. Arnold loved it. Mike Menzer swore by it. All right. It's hard to go wrong with this exercise as long as you do it correctly. Of course, I make a lot of tutorials on this. A lot of people worry about their forearms hurting, and I'm like, oh, you're doing it wrong. Right? You're simply doing it wrong. In his case, he doesn't use the method that I promote for that, but his forearms don't hurt either. All right, 200 press. All right, look how fast that moved. All right, tricep strength, tricep power. We got lots of it. We got lots of it here. It is a strong point for him. Right? It's definitely a strong point for him. And yeah, all that close grip pressing in general. Keep the triceps strong. So I'm a fan of closer grip pressing. Just for athletes and stuff in general. That's a whole different topic. I went wider grip for a while. And ultimately realized not even great for my shoulders. I was always right with the close grip, even if it costs a lot of lifters a little bit of weight in comp. But even then, does it really? I mean, Julius Maddox is almost at a close grip, strongest raw bencher in the world. Just throwing that out there. All right, so after overhead press, we do some snatch grip high pulls. All right, again, athlete who needs power. He is a power athlete. He is a fighter. It's, again, BJJ and boxing. So again, developing power. That's why we do the box squats. We do all this other stuff. Being explosive. And no, Olympic lifts don't improve that. It's these variations of them. They're too technical, the other are. But if you do these low technique variations, these supplemental lifts for Olympic lifting, yes, they can improve power. Right? High pulls, power snatches, power cleans. Absolutely have their place. Absolutely have their place. I personally wish I had the shoulder health to do them these days. If I ever get it back where I want it, I may start doing this stuff myself. But again, unfortunately, Coach can't always do everything he wants to do at the age of 48. But yeah, I like this movement. I've had a lot of clients do these before in the past. If you guys go back and look in various vlogs, Mikey lived on those. He wants to do a Viking press. I told him, yeah, if you want to, as long as you can recover, I'll let you do it. So I let him work that in. Then, of course, he does some rear delts, and then we call it a week here because the leg day didn't go well. He pulled the adductor on the very first rep of his top work set after his warm-ups. But we got no warning, and it's not bruised or anything, so we're in a good spot. There's no bruising, no hematoma, no discoloration, and he's had this occur before. So we're hoping in a few days he'll be back to normal training. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.